Hi, welcome back to Michelle's Life. My name is Michelle. Today I wanted to talk about a topic that's a little touchy. I wanted to talk about books that I did not finish. These are all books I didn't finish because I didn't find them interesting enough to finish, because I didn't like the overused cliche tropes that are a main focus in the book, because I don't know, there's a couple different reasons why I didn't finish some of these books. So let's just get into it. I'm going to start with the Kindle books that I don't physically own a copy of. Actually, I don't own a copy of any of these books. I went to the library and picked up some of them because if I don't like a book, I don't keep it. So anyway, one of the books that I did not like that I started was Kelly Armstrong's Sea of Shadows. I like fantasy. I do not really read high fantasy, and that's kind of what Sea of Shadows seemed like to me. It was very, from like page one, just like in that world, and I felt like we were expected to know a lot more than I did. So I read like maybe 30 pages into that. I started The Paper Magician, and it just didn't have it didn't catch you, it didn't grip you, it was just very dry. So I only read about 30 pages into that one. This one is going to hurt some feelings. Percy Jackson was really good. I did like his sense of humor. I thought it was really funny. It's just that due to it being a middle grade book, I just couldn't stay interested in it. But I definitely liked his writing style, Rick Riordan's writing style. I might pick up one of his other series. I just couldn't, and especially since I'd already seen the movies, I know it's a lot different than the movies, but I couldn't. I even tried it on audiobook with my husband, and he said it was too childish for him too, so I don't know. I wasn't that generation for Percy Jackson. I was the Harry Potter generation, but I just couldn't get into Percy this late in the game. Another book was Clockwork Angel, which I know is a big one here on BookTube too. I read the manga, or like graphic novel form of it first, and the beginning of the book, from what I remember, the manga is just like it, just like the actual book. So since I already knew like pretty much what was going to happen, I couldn't read it, and I feel like that deterred me from reading the rest of the series or finishing the first book. So I have not read the Clockwork series. These Broken Stars by Megan Spooner, and who else? I don't know who the other person is, but I picked up that book for YALLFest. I think it was like $3 on Kindle one day, or $4. And I'm not a big, again, this is offensive, I don't like the Titanic. I never liked the Titanic. I don't know. I think she's selfish. She should have helped save him too. But anyway, so thankfully that only took place in like the very beginning of the book, and then we were done with the Titanic aspect other than the different social classes. But the whole rest of the book, I think I read about 75% through this book. I think might have been 50. I don't remember, but I got pretty far. It's just them traveling, and oh, I don't like her, and she doesn't like me, and we're from two different worlds. Oh, but I kind of like her, and I kind of like him, and it was just, ugh. So I couldn't do it. So I gave up on that one too. And the last one on my Kindle that I borrowed from the library, well, from Overdrive, that I mentioned in my, I mentioned the Overdrive app in my Where to Find Cheap Books video, so I'll link that video down below if you want to check it out. Is Soulless by Gail Carriger? Gail Carriger? I don't know. It is like a steampunk Jane Austen with vampires and paranormal creatures like that. I couldn't really get into it. I was listening to the audiobook, and like the way that she was describing like the seating of the era and the tarts and stuff, I guess it was interesting enough, like, to, you know, paint the picture, but I couldn't get into it. So I probably gave up too quickly. I probably only listened to about like less than 10% of the book, but I have so many other books to read that I I stopped caring about not finishing books. I used to like try to push through because I wanted to not waste my time and read half a book and then not meet my yearly goal, but I already met my yearly goal, so why am I pushing myself? I have all these books that I want to read. Why am I going to spend time reading books that I hate picking up? So anyway, some of the physical books that I picked up from the library to show you, because I still don't have the software to insert pictures. One, I was listening to this one very recently because she's another YALLFest author. I know this one's very popular, so again, I'm sorry, is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. There's, I don't know if this is a spoiler, so, you know, close your ears for the next couple of seconds if you don't want it to be. There's 2 love triangles. Like, I don't like 1 love triangle and you're gonna throw 2 love triangles in here. There might even be more, I'm not sure, because I got pretty far. I got like 65% through the way of the audiobook. And then just the whole, oh, I'm so weak and I'm not the strongest person in my family and my brother is so much stronger and so was my mother and poor me. It's like the same problem I had with Court of Thorns and Roses. I read that one in completion, but ugh, I hated that character. And I don't like Laya in this book either. I don't know if it was just the audiobook actress that drove me crazy or if it was the character, but I mean, if you're whiny, you're whiny, so I'm pretty sure it was the character, not just the narrator, so didn't finish this one. The next one, this was a couple years ago, but I read Hush Hush and I kind of liked it. I think I gave it like 3 stars, so I picked up the second one. I'm pretty sure this is the second, yeah, sequel. I picked up this one. I just couldn't read it. I think I got like 3 pages in. Just the whole, he's a bad boy, I shouldn't, just, ugh, no. The next one is Little Brother by Cory Doctorow. I went to Barnes & Noble one day and I just really wanted a new book, and this one sounded really good because I like when people fight against the system. I haven't actually read a dystopic in a while, but I like people standing up to the man. And that's what this one sounded like, you know, the whole little brother thing. And overall, it was a really good concept, but he's very tech savvy, and I'm not very tech savvy. I can't even include pictures in my videos. Obviously not tech savvy. So it takes me 5 hours to just go from Movie Maker to YouTube for like a 5-minute video. Not tech savvy. So he does go into depth describing all the different like technical things, but by the time you're done, he's just done describing one thing. You're 2 pages in, and he's just described one gadget. Like, I couldn't do it, so I gave up on that one. This is another one that's kind of growing on BookTube, The Queen of the Tearling. There's 2 of them. I read the first one, Queen of the Tearling, on my Kindle, and I loved it. And then I picked up Invasion of the Tearling when it came to the library, and it is an adult series, so there's more serious topics, and that's fine, but there were some really horrid things that happened in this book that I just couldn't get past. Like, they weren't even to the main character, they were just so cringeworthy that I didn't want to brace any future occurrences of what else might happen in this book. I'm like a baby, so I just couldn't push past to finish. I mean, I might pick it back up one day, but I couldn't do it. So, sorry. So that's my did not finish book pile. What books didn't you finish? I won't be offended. Let me know. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I look forward to your comments down below. I want to hear you defend these books. I want to know what books are not. Let me try again. What books did you not finish this year? Again, it's Michelle. Have a great day.